stream. Okay, am I on now? There.
Holy
And
shit.
see if you can hear me. See if you can hear me. So.
Okay, why don't you talk?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's working?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, switch it off. I mean, mute it because you don't want the echo here.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so that's working.
I
So.
think 8 people are watching already.
Okay, come on.
Okay. Wait.
Sit down. Like this. Like that.
Oh,
So you see
hello.
you. Maybe I'll move this way. You come here more. I could have been on that side because then I can.
You want me to roll this? I'll use my coffee though.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's better.
Okay.
So. Okay, hello everybody. It's kind of early. We're just testing our system. Hope everybody can hear us. Testing 1, 2, 3.
650.
Can anybody hear us? Testing. Can you hear us? Maybe not.
The world, like go out. I heard
When you could hear it, though,
receiving
right?
loud and clear.
Okay,
It
yeah,
says.
okay. Okay, it's kind of early, so we're a bit earlier than we're supposed to start, right?
Yeah.
We're actually just testing the system to make sure it works. We should have done this yesterday, but we didn't. So anyway, might as well just start, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hello to everybody. Good morning. This is our first live stream. So hello to Jim, Gavin, Nitban, Gavin, Look, and the Born Nomad. Hello, John.
Just say hello to everyone.
And then John said something. Let's see. The world is not opening up. It's closing down again. And it turns out he can get corona twice. So it'll probably be a mess for years. What do you want to do? Vaccinate the whole world? Well, actually, when it comes to the corona and people getting it twice, there's been very, very few verified accounts of that. So I don't know. It is mutating though, so that will probably happen more and more often. But they have a vaccine now. I know some people are hesitant to take the vaccine. I know I am because they haven't done all the testing that they should have as normal with a vaccine. But I think that's going to be the next thing. Is if you've got a vaccine, you'll get some type of pass or something, or some app on your phone to verify that the vaccine's been taken so you can travel. If not, you're going to have to do a swab test just about everywhere you stop or go, I mean. So I don't know if I want to take the vaccine yet. Let everybody else be the experiment, not me. Right?
Yeah.
Good evening, Colin. Nice to see you also, David. Good morning to you. Let's see. How do we do this? What does it say here?
A show.
We didn't really get the typhoon. We're in the south part of the Philippines. So we got the outer layers of the typhoon. So we got a lot of rain, as you've seen in some of my videos. There's been a lot of rain. For the last 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of frustrating. Just we can't do much because it rains all the time, so we can't really go on trips or anything. But we're actually planning after this. We're going to go on a motorbike trip for 2 hours one way and 2 hours the other way. We're going to this beautiful coffee shop with a very scenic view. So
I mean, they just reopened now.
Yeah, they just reopened. They were closed.
Yeah, they were open like September, but they were closed again. I don't know, maybe because of Corona.
They're probably closed because there's something going on. I don't know why.
Probably.
Gavin says, congratulations on your first video chat. Thank you, Gavin.
Thank you.
What food do you miss from back home? Well, home is wherever I lay my hat. So, but if you're talking about the US, I miss good burgers and I miss a good steak. What else? And I miss the easy accessibility to everything. So it's easy to get anything in the US, while here it can be a headache. Out of stock, sir, out of stock.
Try there.
We're gonna make homemade ice cream, me and her, and Judlin, her sister, when she was staying with us, and they didn't have the vanilla extract, so out of stock, sir. So that's kind of what I miss. Hello, watching from Missouri, US. Kumusta kayo? Have a great day.
Kumusta kayo?
That's from Marshoma Lifestyle. We're having a good time here, and hopefully it's good in the US after the election. Hopefully it all settles down again. What does that mean?
I don't understand that.
Okay, Viva Cuba. Oh, you're in Cuba? Oh wow, that's a country I would love to see one. Sardino, hello Paul. How's the minimalist going? Still got 2 bikes? Yeah, I'm not quite there, Sardino.
No,
my setup here is actually, I just got a new iPad, and you know, it's a process. It's a process, right? But actually, what me and Mia are planning once things open up is to probably stay in the Philippines a year and do a motorbike ride around the Philippines. But plans are always changing, so you know, who knows? But that's kind of what we like. We were actually inspired by a YouTuber called Itchy Boots, and she's toured all around Europe. That's the ones we've seen. I think Africa also, and South America. So if you guys like motorbike and motorbike rides and that type, there's a YouTuber called Itchy Boots. It's a girl, and she has some really great videos. Beautiful and scenic. She actually has a drone that kind of tracks her sometimes, and you see some it's beautiful scenery, a lot of beautiful nature. So if you're into that, that's great. Good morning, Maka.
Are you moving to Bohol?
Who says we're moving to Bohol? Hello from Los Angeles. Hello to California. David Cox.
You guys make a nice couple.
Thank you, David. Unfortunately, go ahead, read it.
Unfortunately, no other countries have the courage to do what Sweden did. They never locked down and never had a rate of death higher than any other European country.
Good morning, Carl. Well, actually, that's not true, because Norway, which I've lived in Norway 15 years, so I kind of follow what's going on there. It's they've had the lockdown. Sweden hasn't had the lockdown, and I believe Sweden has a death rate of somewhere between 5 and 10 times. I think it's closer to 10 times of what Norway does, but it's still relatively low. I looked about a month back. I think it was about 5,000 dead in a country of 10 million. You know, and then there's the other factor that a lot of these people who die have underlying issues. In the US, it's typically obesity, but or what do you call that when you have problems with the sugar in your diabetes? You have diabetes, and so there are typically underlying issues. Typically, but there are healthy people that die too, but it's relatively low. So if you're in good shape and you got your vitamins in order, in your body, there's another thing that looks like it has a big effect on corona, and that's vitamin D. From all the reading we've done, vitamin D might be really important to have the good enough levels of vitamin D. So if you're low in vitamin D, that could be an issue. They're still quite unsure about why, because I've seen some really healthy people die of this. So it affects everybody differently. I think I've already had it. So I got really sick in was it December or January? December.
January. Because you
No,
were,
I started in December. Remember?
yeah, but it's just mild.
Yeah,
Uh,
because we went to a dive resort, me and my neighbor, and after that we both got sick, really sick. And there's a lot of Chinese there, about 50 or 60% Chinese. So yeah. Oh, your girlfriend's Filipina and you're from Cuba. Are Cubans allowed to travel from Cuba? I mean, I know it's a communist country. I'm not sure how that is. Uh, if so, see you in the Philippines soon, huh? Let's see, Carl. Amen. If
yeah.
I live reasonably cheap, I don't know what your definition of cheap is. I've done some budget videos, and typically we come under $1,500. But by no means do I like save and like think about every penny. We eat out quite often. We go eat. We have a
Yeah.
lot of coffee.
Coffee
We
and
drink out
food.
coffee a lot, and we go on trips and stuff. But my budget has been a lot lower, probably by 30% than what it usually was before the pandemic. Because we traveled more, hotel rooms, more eating out and stuff. So it's gone down. Sorry, it's early in the morning. Drink your coffee. Stop yawning. So under $1,500, which I think is very reasonable for the lifestyle that I have. Yeah. But you could actually probably have just as good a lifestyle in some parts of Europe, like some parts of Spain, right on the coast, with better infrastructure, better food. But there are advantages here, like the people, the girls, and other things that I love here. So, but I would probably like to go spend a year or two in Europe again within the next 5 years. Yeah.
Steve Ward.
Steve Ward, hi guys. I'd like to bike ride the Filipinos when I come over to Panikia. You're talking about bicycle or you're talking about motorbike, Steve? If bicycle is not something I would recommend, but bike, yeah, that's what I want to do. Motorbike, that is, yeah. Oops, I don't know who's that. Good morning from Australia, prison. Oh yeah, you heard in Australia they're not even allowed to leave.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so there's no flights in or out as far as I know. So yeah, it's kind of like a prison. Oh God. No, Moro, you. I don't have a fans only account. I don't intend to. I don't think Mia would like that.
No, because we have our rules.
We have our rules, yeah. The mark of the beast, COVID
COVID
pass. Yeah.
Talking about you?
No, COVID pass is like they don't like in the future. You're gonna have like a pass on your app or
Oh,
on your
yeah,
passport,
yeah.
or maybe they'll put like a mark here. I don't know. I guess that's what Jeff is referring to. I'm not sure. Yes, it's easy. It's not a big deal to buy a motorbike here. Rules here, they have rules for everything, but it's like it's just a rule, and very few people obey rules here. Yeah, they just do what they
No.
want, and then sometimes they get
Yeah.
fined. I mean, it's just like the helmet law. Very few people wear helmets. They're more strict in wearing a mask
Then
while you're
helmet.
driving a motorbike than wearing a helmet. Like it's almost like the corona's flying in the air, so you don't wear a mask.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
it.
like your life depends on the mask.
Yeah,
Not the
it's
accident.
it's more dangerous. Well, we'll see. We'll see if Buhul is it or somewhere else.
No way, how they job me.
Oh no, you're not taking a vaccine. Well, would you take a vaccine 5 years down the line or 3 years down the line after all the testing and everything? I think I would, but it's I don't know. Like I said, I think I've had it. So the first thing I want to do is get tested for antibodies once everything kind of chills down here.
Am I Visayan? Uh, I would say yes.
But you're not born in Visayas.
I am not born
You're
here
born in
in
Romblon.
in Visayas.
She was born in Romblon, Sardino.
Hello from Arizona. Walk in the rain lately or anything? No, he scared me a lot. There's a lot of videos he took, and I don't know where that is right now.
No, it's like 10% of the times I scare her. It's just the thing we do. I scare her,
No.
she tries to scare me, but she's not very good at it.
No,
so.
I tried to scare him, but he got his watch with a like
Lights.
with the lights on. You just click this button, and it just suddenly the light will come on. And
Yeah, what she's talking about is at night, when you get older, your night
night
sight goes down. When you're younger, it's kind of elevated. So I don't see as well at night as she does. So she switches the lights off, and it's like completely dark for me. I can't see shit. And then she sneaks up to me and scares me. But now I got this Huawei watch, which I don't have on me. And it's got a button on, and then it just flashes up the light, so she can't get that on me
Yeah,
anymore.
but
So sometimes she actually tries to hide my watch at night. Yeah, it's just a thing we do. Yes. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Hello from Southern California. I love your videos. My guess is you will be moving to either CDO or Davao. I'm sure all your followers are anxious to know. Well, we have a plan, but plans are there to be broken, and we don't know when things are going to open up and how they will open up and which areas are opening up. I'm doing a lot of research, and right now different areas have different restrictions, so it's kind of a mess, really. And I don't want to travel yet anywhere before it's kind of streamlined. They've said, okay, do this and this to travel just about anywhere. So, but yeah, as soon as we can travel, we'll be announcing. I don't want to announce something and then not follow through. So yeah. Thanks, Jim, for that. Carl Ensman says, I'm scheduled for a flight to the Philippines in March. I'm hoping this vaccine has no adverse side effects once they begin to administer it in December. If not, I'll take the vaccine so I can visit my girl.
Oh.
Well, you'll be one of the guinea pigs, Carl. Tell me how that goes. Keep in touch, Carl. But yeah, good luck to you. I don't know if it's going to be open here in March. From what I'm reading, they're talking about the second half of 2021. They're saying they're going to open for domestics travel first in bubbles, meaning certain areas can travel to certain areas, and then they will open up more eventually. But right now, they've got all these restrictions. You can't travel right now. Like if we wanted to go to Bohol as an example, we still have to we can travel to Bohol, but we have to take a quarantine for, is it 5 days now?
5 days.
And that's constantly changing. It was 14 days, now it's 5 days. And I think it might only be a swab test now. But even when you get there, you have to stay in these groups, and you can only go to certain restaurants, you can only stay at certain hotels. So it's very controlled. And I'm not going to do that. And I think most people are not going to do that. And probably what's going to happen, they're going to realize, hey, there's no one traveling, no one going to the hotels. So the restrictions will come down even more. And they're hoping that travel will go up, but it probably will not. And then they're going to come down on restrictions and come down on restrictions till people eventually start traveling. That's what I think is happening. And that's what looks like is happening right now. Oops. Nitban says, hey, Jim, you are my neighbor. I'm from Folsom also. Okay. So Jim and Nitban are neighbors. You guys should send each other a message and meet up for coffee. How many? This is the first.
The very first.
The first coffee. But by the time we're done, we're probably another coffee, and then we're
We're
probably
gonna leave.
3-4 coffees by the end of the day. Steve Ward says scooters.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I've got a scooter, a Click 125, and a Ninja 650, Steve.
Folsom Lake.
Okay. Nitban and Jim are becoming friends here. Motorbike. I don't know what that means.
Moro you.
Nitban is near Old Town. No, I didn't. I deactivated my Facebook account for a while because I needed a break from the social media. I actually didn't do any YouTube videos, and we just took a break from it. It was just too much for a while. Uh, what's the usual subjects when you guys have misunderstandings? She's the one who usually has a misunderstanding, so I'll let her talk about that.
What?
I'll go get.
Don't leave me.
No. You talk about it. I'm gonna heat up my coffee.
Oh, baby. Okay. The usual subject is mostly about like he has some rules. We all have rules here in the house, and he talks about it, and I follow the rules and he did not follow his own rule. So sometimes we have these misunderstandings that's like, I just I can't feel angry towards him, but I feel sad. So
What rules are those?
no, like
What rules? What rules are you talking about?
the first rule is like, don't interfere with the lives of other people.
Yeah.
And you are
Like I don't like what do you call it in the sign again? Talking about
chica chica.
I don't like the chica here, so what my neighbors are doing and not doing, that's their lives, and I don't like getting involved in that.
Yeah, but you're getting involved about it, so it's
So you're saying I'm a hypocrite.
What is that?
Hypocrite means you say one thing and do something else.
Yeah. Okay. Hypocrite.
But really, we have very few arguments. Other women, sometimes you get jealous. Like if I look for more than 1 second.
Yeah, we have that rule also.
She has a rule. I can look but don't touch, and it's like only 1 second, and sometimes it's more than a second. But
because it's kind of disrespectful,
Yeah, I know. We're just joking, but we really hardly have any arguments.
No.
So there's very little arguing. It's mostly laughing. Corpus Christi. I actually been to Corpus Christi. Nice town. In Texas.
I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah.
I've never been outside the Philippines. The born nomad. Australia was originally a penal colony, so we have just come back in time. Yeah. That's true. Let's see. COVID-19 does not exist. Well, I don't know. I know people that work as nurses. I know people that work as doctors in the US. And I've talked to them, and I can tell you it does exist because there are people in the hospitals dying. They're dying of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you remember in December, January, when it was on the news, I actually followed it a lot in China. I mean, they were fumigating the roads and they were building hospitals in like 3-4 weeks. They put up 2 new hospitals. And I'm not talking tent hospitals, I'm talking real hospitals. So it was something serious going on. And I kind of understood there was serious going on. I talked to my mother about it, and I talked to you about it, remember? And I said, There's something going on. There's something really bad. And I was curious enough to realize it was going to spread around the world, but not intelligent enough to sell my stock before it crashed. But oh well. Steve Ward, you both look very happy. Yeah, we are.
You're happy.
But like every relationship, it has its ups and downs, you know. So.
England.
Hi, Brian.
Go there.
Yeah, we want to go to England. We just did an interview with a really nice couple, Diana and was it Steve? Oh God, I'm horrible with names. Diana and her husband, and I've watched some of their videos, and I was born in England, and I lived in England from 11 to 14 years old, and it's a beautiful country. It really is. It's so green and beautiful. A lot of great history also, if you're into that. Morning here, news from Cebu. Label closes Cebu city borders for non-essential entry. Q-Pass coding returns on November 16th. That's from George. Yeah, I just in touch with some people in Cebu City, and I hear that's coming. So lockdowns again in Cebu City. I think the problem with the Philippines in general is, as far as I know, there's been no randomized testing. And if you had randomized testing, I think people would be shocked at the amount of positives they would get, because they did some randomized testing of people who had temperatures or felt sick in Bacolod City.
They also have it here in the Magallanes.
Yeah, but they don't have the results yet.
No.
And I don't remember how much it was, but I think it was somewhere between 7 or 8%. That's right, 7 or 8% of those tested had corona. And then you think of everybody who's already had it, because you have to realize in the Philippines, most people live very close to each other. The villagers living in these bamboo places is a small bamboo house, typically with 5 to 10 people living in it or sleeping in it. And they go outside a lot and talk to each other, and they sit and talk. They're very social. So it's
no social distancing.
There's no social distancing.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll wear a mask at the mall and wear a mask wherever they go inside the minute. And then they go to their village and no one's wearing a mask, because I've actually gone past these villages many times. So it's spread here, and I don't think there's any way of stopping it. So I think all they're trying to do is flatten the curve, as they say in the US. So I don't know. I think it's kind of hopeless. Yes, her English is very good.
Thank you. No, I have my mentor here.
Yeah. She's actually a good speller, a fantastic speller. She can spell much better than me. How do you spell this for me? Johnny Smith says, hello from UK. Do you have any concerns for your safety when you go for walks there? Absolutely not. To be honest, I feel much safer in the Philippines than I did in the US.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I've had things happen here that just blows my mind. Like when I first came here, the first 24 hours I had my GoPro. It was that GoPro 7, which at that time was brand new. And I left it. We went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is before I met Mia. And I left it at the Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know, I was tired from the trip and everything, and I wasn't really thinking clearly. And I went to the hotel, and when I got to the hotel, I realized I forgot it, and I went back. And that between leaving and coming back was probably 30 to 45 minutes. And I came back, and the GoPro was still there. No one had taken it. I mean, the guard had taken it and taken care of it. But another time, I left my phone in my scooter, and parking guy, oh, that was a child, actually, a boy, probably 13, 14, 15 years old. He came and gave me the phone. And, you know, that's just, as poor as they are here and as honest as they are here, that's just amazing. Now, there are certain things you have to be aware of if you do come here, and one of them is that, like, don't get into an argument with a Filipino, because something about losing face, and they can get very, they hold it inside, but believe me, they won't forget it. And next time you see them, you won't be alone. It'll be like with 5 other Filipinos.
Yeah, you know? They have that friends, you know, just waiting for you around the corner, and maybe stalking you, like, oh, he's there. Yeah. And then when you're all alone, they're gonna gangbang you, like, you know,
gonna beat you up.
Yeah, they're gonna beat you up.
So I think the best way to come here is with
be friendly.
Be friendly to everybody. Don't get into arguments. There's really no point. The only people I've ever gotten into arguments here is foreigners. So yeah. And because of their driving and drinking and driving. Let's see.
Oh, sorry, I need to sit higher. I have
maybe.
No, I have
you want a
pillow. No, this is cool.
We can put it down more.
That's
good?
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
Joe Finn, David, check some of Paul's old videos. You'll be amazed how much Mia's English has improved. Yeah, it's improving constantly. So yeah. She actually dreams. You dream in English now, right?
Yeah.
Or is it a mix?
I dream in English.
So she dreams in English and thinks in English. You think in English too, or?
Yes.
It's kind of a mix.
Sometimes I try to think in Cebuano, but I can't think of any words in Cebuano, so I try to just, think it in English then.
Yeah, because you must remember, we're together, I mean, almost 24/7. We're together. and we speak English together. We watch English movies. I mean, when she surfers online, she's reading English articles and all that. So it's all English now. So yeah.
Next, I will learn Norwegian.
So Dino asked, yeah, I forgot to Norway. She wants to learn Norwegian. She actually started. So Paul, is your apartment on a 6-month lease or month by month? We were on a 6-month lease, but we're going month to month now. You know, my neighbor, he's my best buddy. So he's the one who owns this and he's renting it to me. And he's like, he also reduced the rent. So it's like,
it's hard to let go.
So yeah, it's hard to let go of this apartment because you know how often you get a neighbor that's your best buddy and has a motorbike, go on motorbike rides together, and it's just, you know. So I might end up just keeping this place even though we travel. So because the rent is, what is it? It's only $300 a month now. So I might just keep it for storage of things. I don't know. It's just I don't let it go.
You both look wide awake for an early morning live stream.
It's called coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Okay. Carl says, true, it all depends on travel opening up. I'm guessing it will in January if Pfizer did a good job. If I do go, I won't take the vaccine until March as it's a 2-part vaccine. I'll keep you posted. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, that's what I heard on you. It's 2-part. I think 1 and then the next one 3 weeks or 4 weeks later, something like that. So, but I would take it at least a month or 2 before I travel because a lot of times you take a vaccine, you get a bit sick, you know, you get a bit of a fever or something. So I wouldn't want to take it, you know, 2-3 weeks before I travel, but a month or 2. Nigel says, good morning, Paulmia. Good morning, Nigel.
Morning.
Oh, we're catching up. Good. Nocam says, I'm old. I lived near Cincinnati growing up and saw Evel Knievel jump at Kings Island in 1975. Awesome. You know who Evel Knievel is?
He sounds familiar.
He rode his motorbike and he do these fantastic jumps. I think he jumped over a cliff once.
Really?
He jumped over rivers. Yeah. He was Evel Knievel.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like I explained to Mia. You know, if you love art, which I'm not really into art, but let's say you love art and you have this beautiful painting, right? And you have the painting you want the most. It doesn't stop you from looking at other paintings. It's just looking. You're not buying the other paintings. You're just looking, right, babe? Yeah. Appreciating the beauty. So yeah. Jason Molson says, Carl, I agree with you. I'm hoping to get the vaccine if it allows us to travel to the Philippines. I also wanted to see the girl I've been dating with for 6 months. And Jeff says it's just the flu. Well, actually, the coronavirus is kind of I think of the flu family. It's just more deadly than the flu. People can die of the flu as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's more deadly.
Just wants to start a fight?
Nah, everybody has their own opinion. It's not about a fight. That's Jeff Logue's opinion, so it's all good. Live life, okay.
Magandang umaga sa inyong dalawa. Oh, good morning.
Oh, good morning to you.
Watching from Japan.
Never been. Actually, I've landed in Japan, but I've never actually toured Japan. I have a good friend. His name is Robert. Lives in the U.S. And he wants to go to Japan. His wife is Japanese, but he's lived in Japan before. Wants to go back. So maybe if he's there, I'll go visit him over there. But Jim Bruce, Mia, engineers are not easy to live with sometimes. However, Paul seems to be a very nice person. You both are very lucky to have each other. You guys are one of the best couples on YouTube. Thanks, Jim. That's really nice.
You.
And good morning to you. Why are engineers difficult with? I never heard that before. Because we're so logical, non-emotional. Morton Paulson. Good morning in the Philippines. Keep safe, soon to be open in the Philippines again. Yeah, hopefully, Morton. That, are you Norwegian, Morton? That's a typical name in Norway is Morton. Joe Finn. What kind of internet service do you have? You are lagging sometimes. Oh, really? I have PLTV. 30 Mbps, but I'm using Wi-Fi. I tried to connect my Ethernet cable, but for some reason I'm not getting through on the Ethernet cable. So I'm not sure if anybody else is experiencing lag or not. Let's see. Let me just check that. What's going on?
There.
It says connected, secured on 5G, so it should be good. Let's see. Did I miss something?
Yeah, we're out there.
Jeff Logue says, if you've had the common flu, the flu or flu shot, you'll test positive. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't believe that's right, because I think it's a different type of test, but I'd have to research that. I can't say one way or the other. Then everybody would be testing positive, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people test negative. I think everybody's had the flu or a flu shot. So I don't see how that can be right, Jeff Logue. What part of England did you live, Paul? Life has changed a lot since your time. Still historic and beautiful, though, of course. I was actually born in Hastings, which is southwest England? No, southeast England, right? South of London. And then I lived in Cornwall, which is southwest England. England looks like a shoe, so it'd be the tip of the shoe. I lived close to somewhere called Land's End, and a village called Portreath, which is close to Redruth and Truro, if you know that area there. So yeah, I lived there 3 years and I loved it. I would love to go back and visit that area. It's not just England has changed, Brian. I think the whole world has changed. More are you guys planning to get married soon? Paul, have you changed your mindset and ready to get knocked again?
No.
I think we covered this in the video. I just don't see any advantages of getting married. If you love someone, you can stay with them, and if you don't want to be with them, don't be with them. I don't think a contract is the right way to go. And it's a contract with the state as well. So you're getting the state involved in your affairs. I would get married if we had to, like if we're going to Europe and the only way to get there is to get married, I would do that. But I'm not into marriage. Do you want to say something about it?
No.
She wants to get married.
Shut it. Oh, cricket maybe.
Cricket? The average man says, you guys are great, enjoying your videos. It does exist, otherwise I would be in Philippines. Yeah, a lot of people would be here. Life would be normal. I'd be on my bike touring. Yeah, I think this year has been really bad for a lot of us. A lot of our plans went belly up. We all had plans to do something and didn't get through, but you know.
I've been to Alaska.
No, that's it. You've never been anywhere. No, I haven't been to Alaska, but I have friends who have been to Alaska, and they always talk about how beautiful it is. Yeah, she's my my bodyguard. Yeah, you give the other women the ugly eye. They won't buy.
No, because I just don't,
Yeah, she's my bodyguard from other women. The snakes. She calls other women snakes. C-word. Do I date online or wait till I can come over to the Philippines? I would not start chatting. And really, if you haven't really met a person, I don't mean to sound crass, but you're not really dating. You're just chatting with another person because you really don't know that person. You don't know how many people they're chatting with and all that. And there's just, I don't know. The best way to meet someone is to meet someone here. And if you're planning to come here to live long term, I wouldn't even bother chat with anybody online. You're gonna meet people here so easily. You're gonna meet girls here so easily. I would wait till I get here because I covered it in one of my videos that you don't want to meet somebody at the airport. You don't want to like be, I know this sounds bad, but you don't want to be stuck with somebody without like exploring and finding. It's like, let me put it this way, it's like going to a buffet and there's all this fantastic different types of food, and you've been set to one type of food, and that's the one you're going to eat. That might not be the best food. There might be other foods there that are much, much better. So I would come here, I would date around. I wouldn't commit for the first year. I really wouldn't. I'd date around and get used to the Filipino culture, get used to dating here, find out the good girls between the bad girls and the good girls, what type of girl you like. And girls here are very different from the US. So I would, I wouldn't, I would just wait till I got here, especially if I'm moving here now. If you're coming here for 2, 3 weeks, yeah, I might chat with some girls online, but I would wait till probably a couple of months before you get here. Let's remember, these girls, no matter what they tell you, they're chatting with more guys. They're not just, they don't put all their eggs in one basket. They never do. Risk Taker says, do they say how long
will be the ECQ?
Again, in your area or Cebu City? Businesses are struggling, including my cousin's restaurants in Cebu. It would break his heart if another ECQ. You know, as you know, I love the Philippines, but there's one of those things here that there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make any logical sense. Like, for example, they had this plastic barrier that we were supposed to put between me and Mia when we were driving on a scooter. Even though we have from the barangay captain that we live together, somehow when we're driving a scooter, we would get the coronavirus, but not when we live together. So there's a lot of illogical stuff going on here.
Yeah, like you can't.
And it's almost like all these politicians, barangay captains, and all this, they want to do something, even no matter how illogical it is. And there's never an explanation for why they're doing something. They just do things. And then they realize 3 weeks later, well, that was stupid. Yeah. So they change their minds. It's not a consistent plan to try to do something that helps the economy, helps the virus, or not helps the virus, but minimizes the amount of virus transmission. So yeah, it's not, I don't know. Sometimes they close down, sometimes they open up, like Sambuguita, they closed it down, and now I think it's open again. So I think they should open it all up. That's what I think. And I think, yeah, people are going to die. But I think people are dying now from staying at home, depression, losing their business, businesses going bankrupt, people committing suicide. Sometimes the cure is worse than the disease, you know? So I just think it's gone too far. We need to see the. Brian says, haha, thanks for sitting higher, Mia. We need to see the Filipina's beautiful smile. Yeah, you do have a beautiful smile. Will the vaccine be free there? They've said it's gonna be.
It's gonna be free.
That's free for all the Filipinos, right? Yes. But not for the foreigners. I think we have to pay. Huh?
We're gonna be a guinea pig.
And over here, they're going to do the Chinese or Russian, right?
Yeah.
Touching that. If it comes from the US, yeah, or Japan or South Korea, but anything from China or Russia, forget it. I'm not taking it. I'm putting it out of my body. Any future kids? Stay tuned to Paul's Asian Adventure.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. Well, we're not planning on any kids. I've never had any kids in my life. I've had a stepson who I really loved and I still love, but I never had my own kids.
Never had a chance, right?
I've had many chances, but I just always had something else I wanted to do, fulfill before I had kids. And if I'm going to have kids, I'm probably going to have it within the next 5 years. I love kids, but they're also a burden. You know, you can't travel the way you want to travel. There's a lot of stuff you can't do, but yeah, kids are nice. It's nice, like Christmas time when you have kids at home, and it's just completely different, you know.
Yeah.
So kids are it'd be nice to have kids, but I'm not sure yet. But if I do, it'll be with her. So
Sana all.
sana all. Makarov at Steeboard. Do both. Just don't get scammed whilst in
Doing
the
the
online
online
dating. Yeah.
That's also
Don't send any
true.
money. And if they start asking for money, they don't usually ask for money. They'll hint at
They'll
money.
hint.
It's like, oh, my load is running out, or oh, my cousin is in the hospital. I need to go visit him. And they say, what's wrong? Oh, he's in a motorbike accident and we can't afford to pay and he's going to lose his leg. Just block next. So yeah, just don't send money. Nuakam says, I always checked out other women for years. Can't tell me these ladies don't look at other guys. I love women. Yeah, I think we all look, right? I mean, it's just a natural instinct. It's, I love girls, and I've chosen to be with you. But it doesn't mean just because you look, it's like, it's just an instinct, I think. It's just like you look. You're like, oh, wow, she's beautiful. Sometimes you look too, right? I've seen you look.
Because I'm checking their outfit out.
Not the girls, but the guys, I mean.
Really?
No, play innocent. King New Jersey says, do you think Rodrigo Duterte will want white
The
blood
white
cells
blood
of the
cell.
COVID vaccine?
I take the shot, lol.
I don't know. Well, Duterte first said he would take the shot when everybody else took it. Then he changed his mind, right? He said,
Yeah.
well, I'll do it like 6 months later or something like that. So I think he wants the rest of the people to be guinea pigs as well. Did I miss something here? What? Oh my God, we're way behind here. Okay, we got to go through a bit quicker. What are your thoughts on Indonesia opening December 1? To be honest, I've talked to some people here who have talked about maybe going to Indonesia because they're opening up, but I've never researched Indonesia. But from what I've heard, if you dating and all that, it's pretty good. It's also got pretty good nature from what I hear, but I haven't really done the research. I can't really answer that. I don't, I'd like to go to Malaysia. That's where I really want to go to visit, and Vietnam also, maybe Thailand. But Indonesia might be there. I just need to do the research. Mark says, who would want to travel now? Do you watch anything besides Fox fake news? Mark, I watch all kinds of news. I do mostly reading. Some people call CNN fake, some people call Fox fake, and I think if you really want to understand politics, I always say follow the money and watch different sources and try to get facts and not opinions. And everybody can have an opinion. It's the facts that matter. Brian says, don't worry, Mia. U.S. men are programmed to look at a pretty girl. That's how he found you. Haha. It doesn't mean he is thinking of anything bad. He knows He knows you are more beautiful than all others.
No, I found him before he found me because he was talking to another girl also before.
Okay, let's not go into that. Yeah, you pursued me, that's true.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, but it's also, if you haven't been here, there's a lot of beautiful girls. I mean, there's beautiful girls everywhere, and they look at you, and you can put the moves on them, and you can get beautiful girls here just about any time. But the thing is also the compatibility. I've been with other girls, but I never had this type of compatibility. So that's really important. The chemistry between you and that girl is really important. It's not just about the looks, because to be honest, no matter how beautiful a girl is, how sexy she is, after you've been with her for 6 months, a year, it's just not the same, as a new person. something, the newness of something is more exciting, right? But it's what's between you and her, the memories, the chemistry, that really counts. So, I appreciate her and much more than just for her beauty. If it was just about her beauty, I would have left a long time ago. That might be harsh to say, I don't know, but that's the truth. Nitban, my sister and her husband are in a hospital treating COVID patients. They don't say it's a fake virus. Exactly, because I also talked to a couple of nurses, and it's not fake. I mean, people are in the hospitals. Just watch the news now. What's happening in the U.S.? I mean, you must remember the death rate lags the initial positive test by about 4 to 8 weeks, right? And in the U.S. now, I think it was yesterday, they had 180,000 positives. And I see the death rate starting to creep up, and it's just going to creep up more and more. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad in the US. I really think so. Just join, no lag here. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Thanks, Brayman. More of you. Paul, you seem so nice and look like that you don't get mad. Mia, maybe you can attest to that. Do I get mad, Mia? And if I do get mad, what do I get mad about? Do I get mad, number one?
You do get mad. He doesn't talk to me when he gets mad. Not until I talk to him and start a conversation.
Tampo?
He has this tampo more than me. It's like when I touch him, baby, I'm sorry, and all of that is like. Like, oh my God.
But I don't really get mad in the sense like very few times do I raise my voice. I'm pretty good at communicating stuff, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Once I get over my, I think what she's trying to say is I'm quiet when I'm mad because I'm thinking through stuff. I don't want to say something out of context. I don't want to. I'm not one of those guys that shout and slams the door. I don't see a point to that. Yeah, so I'm kind of calm. I am, but once in a while I lose my temper.
Yes.
Especially if I see something that really makes me mad, like I almost got into it with a guy who was drinking and driving and was about to drive. There's a place called Octagon, and he was about to drive out of the parking place, and he was completely drunk, hit 3 things in the parking place, and right onto the national highway. If he had gone out there, I had to take his keys away and all that. So when I see stuff like that, I get mad, but I don't think I've ever been mad at you in that way. I have once a misunderstanding. Once in a year, that's not bad. Maso, what is your opinion on expat that exploit young Filipino women? I don't know what you mean by exploit, Maso. I mean, sometimes are older men dating younger Filipino women? Is the Filipino woman exploiting the kindness of the older man, or is the older man exploiting the younger woman? I don't know. I just think when people are in a relationship, they're not exploiting each other. That's what a relationship is. I mean, they both get benefits out of it, I think, if that's what you're saying. Maybe you could elaborate a bit more on that. Noakim, I'm sure you will judge me as a bad person. Years ago, I learned that I could very easily hook up with married women. I'll pick one, and 95% success makes you all think. I swear it's true. Well, don't try that on me. I'll come after you. But we're not married. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, Noakim. I'm sure you're referring to in the US, right? Because I've heard the same. Actually dated a girl that was married, but I won't talk about that too much. Yeah, it was a bad marriage, and she was getting divorced, but still, she was married. I'll tell you later.
Okay, I'm ready.
But yeah, maybe are you talking about the U.S. Norkim or the Philippines? I think you're in the U.S., right? So, hi UK Love Channel.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand what that means. Do you think Indonesia will open on December 2020? Like I said, I haven't researched Indonesia, but I talked to a guy who wants to go there, and he told me he might be going in January, and he knows what he's talking about. So he's done the research. So I think, yeah, December, January is when it's opening up. Usually a simple Google search will get you that type of information.
Hello, Paul, Karen, and Stephen from New. How you read that?
From New Caledonia, you look great, you too. Well, there's no Karen here, just Paul and Mia. I'm not sure what that
but I
means.
guess he
Oh,
or
you're
she's
talking to somebody
the,
else. Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry. This is our first time, so. Mark, Mia will not be able to travel with you. Depends what country.
There's
I
a lot
think,
of possibilities.
yeah, Indonesia, she can travel with me. Vietnam, Thailand. I think most of the Southeast Asia countries she can. Going to Europe, I think we can apply for like a Schengen visa. But like I said, if I'm gonna go to Europe and she can't come with me, then I think the only way is marriage. So we'll have to come. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Come to Alaska? Not bloody likely, mate. It's too freaking cold. You know, I don't know, the average man, I don't know if you know this, but I lived in Norway for 15 years in Oslo. And I've been in minus 25 Celsius before. And boy, oh boy, is that cold. We've actually talked about going to Norway, living there a couple of years, but I don't know. Alaska seems pretty cold. Plus, if I was going to go there, I'd want to work. So, but everything's possible. Who knows? Why Alaska anyway? Average man, why Alaska? Bali is possibly opening up. Yeah, I think it is opening up actually.
Hello.
Devero Binyamin. Hi from Israel. Hello, Devero.
I want to go to Israel.
Yeah, well, I think you want to go every time, every country I ever mention. I want to go there. I want to go there. Les R6 says, Les from New York, new subscriber, plan to visit Philippines in late. Thank you for the sub, Les. Visit Philippines in late 21, early 22, after retiring a second time. By then, we'll be 57 and ready to live my next chapter in life. Enjoy your video. Hey, Les, that's very interesting because you said you retired for a second time. This is my first time to retire, but I kind of miss working. You've seen my video. I've talked about that before. How long did you work your second time when you retired, and what made you retire early for a second time? That'd be interesting to know. The average man says, what about your 30-plus age difference? Are you going to have children? I think I answered that already. I'm thinking about it. I haven't decided that, but the age difference doesn't bother me, and I don't think it bothers Mia. So maybe it bothers other people, but I don't give a shit about that. As long as it doesn't bother us, you know. I wouldn't buy any rabbits, man. Fatal Attraction movie.
What is that?
It's a movie. I think it was popular in the 80s or beginning of the 90s. It was Fatal Attraction. I don't remember the name of the actress, but she was like really sexy and she was really popular. And there was this guy who was in love with her, and she was in love with him, and he slept with her, and she became obsessive about him. And I think she boiled the rabbit. He had some pet rabbits that she boiled or something. It's a long time since I've seen that movie, but yeah. Cliff Antoni says, hi, Paul and Mia. Luckily, I got married for the first time last January to my Silvana. I'm due November 28th on spouse visa. Leaving UK to make a life there as almost impossible to get her to UK. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know it was that hard to get someone to the UK, especially if you're married. But life here is very different. So I would have come here, lived a couple of months before I made that big move. But yeah, it's different. And if you do the research, I'm sure you'll be happy. I know I'm happy here. So Mario says, Paul, I think Mia deserves to get married because it's every woman's dream to get married. I hope you can make her happy with that. Mia, you can thank me later.
I'll thank you now.
Well, we'll see. Only the future will show.
Greetings from Thailand. I watch your stream. Keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jason says
Heart.
heart.
What contraceptive methods you guys use?
Private. Private. Mark. Dying by the hundreds or dying by hundreds of thousands is the difference. Yeah, back to the corona. Yeah.
William Robinson.
You're a very lucky man. I can see that she really loves you. By the way she interacts, she looks at you and hugs you and leans to you. It makes eye contact. She's a perfect, beautiful woman. Treat her well.
I'm not perfect.
No one is perfect.
No one is perfect. But thank you.
She's perfect for me, but doesn't mean she's perfect. Yeah. Roy Jones says, you read it.
You can have my kids, just leave me an address. Okay.
Maybe we can have a trial for 3 months, and after 3 months we're like, I don't think we want kids.
Okay.
Because once you have kids, there's no going back. It's not like buying something and get rid of it later. You can't have kids for 3 months. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
No.
So it sounds like Roy doesn't enjoy his fatherhood.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, that's what.
Okay. Shout out back to you all. I think we're caught up. Oh, no.
No.
Let's see, back to the top here.
Did you get a scroll? Oh, that's a lot.
Oh my God. There we go. I don't know what that is.
Just do this.
Great couple, nice. Thanks, Andy. Morrow says, Paul, if me and other expat guys,
wouldn't you feel jealous? I guess don't do things to your partner that you don't want to be done to you.
Actually,
he's not jealous.
I'm not jealous.
He's not like he doesn't. I
just tease her if she looks at another guy like, was he? He's
yeah, he always this way, like.
So I don't get jealous. I think jealousy is just insecurity. So I feel secure about her, and I've always said if she leaves, she leaves. I don't want her to leave, but if that's her choice, that's her choice. Paul, I met a Cornish girl here in Australia in my early 20s and ventured back with her to Probus, just outside of Truro. Stayed with her 3 years. Loved Cornwall. Yeah, I loved Cornwall too. And I still have friends in there from school. We are on Facebook, so I chat with them sometimes. And I would love to go back, like I said. So that's on my bucket list. Yeah, that's true. You do say this. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. Live life. Okay, says Mia's playing innocent and looking at other guys. Yeah, I think she does sometimes. How do you feel about Trump? Well, I don't know if I want to get into that. I just think the election is over. Someone's won, someone's lost. Time to move on. That's kind of what I think. And I think it's time for the country to come together. I said before the election, whether Trump wins or Biden wins, whoever wins, the other party needs to accept it. And the party that wins needs to not put it in the other people's faces and just come together. We are one country. We are one people. And we should look at what makes us similar rather than our differences. There's so much good in the U.S. and I hate it when I see the U.S. getting torn apart because somebody supports. I mean, if you look at it, people who support Biden, by the other side, they're called socialists and communists, and they want to bring the U.S. to become communist Russia or communist China or whatever. And then the other side is calling the Trump people fascists and Nazis, and they want a dictatorship. You know what? Both sides need to stop. We are one country and one people, and we need to just come together and make what's best for the U.S. So that's my opinion on it. So about Malaysia, Muslim country, young GF will not be allowed unless you are married. No, that's not true. I don't think that's true. There's lots of Filipinas in the in Malaysia that are not married. So I don't think. And Malaysia is not a Muslim country. It's partially Muslim. I think 60 or 70% Muslim, and a certain percentage Christian and other religions. It's a very tolerant country. So they tolerate. This is not the Middle East. It's not Saudi Arabia. So yeah, I don't think that's correct. Not from the research I've done anyway. Douglas
Cool.
Martin Paul, when you have kids with me, I win. You gotta get married. I have 2 adult kids and married for 25 years. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Once you get married, you need to do that for the good of the kids. So that is something that for sure will happen. But first, we need to make that decision. And
the reality is you're abusing her, as you have zero intention to marry your girl. It would make us all happy. Forget Malaysia. You are living age. What?
IQ Wonderland. You're
gonna go only 30 days.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, it's not abuse. You know, this is what I don't understand about people. They call other people's relationship abusive. Look, she's with me. She has all the freedom to step outside and leave.
Yeah.
I'm not holding her back. It's her choice to be with me, my choice to be with her. We're having a good time. It's not abuse.
We are enjoying each other's company. So
yeah.
It's not like he's abusing me, and it's not like I'm using him.
You could say, well, is she abusing me financially then? Am I abusing her naivety? It's kind of stupid. It's kind of childish, I would say. It's just, I don't know. I don't think people in a relationship are not abusing each other. An old man being with a younger woman is not abusing her. It's her choice to be with him. As long as she is of legal age, it's her choice.
Yeah.
It's the man's choice. It's two people, two grown-ups making a choice. It's not abuse. Abuse means that you're doing violence against her or forcing her or somehow physically or mentally forcing somebody. And that's not the case in most relationships. Now, there are some abusive relationships, no doubt, but there's also abusive relationships the other way where women are exploiting men and abusing them psychologically. So I've known of relationships like that. So let's not get all innocent here and pretend we're virgins or something.
My problem was I have God in my heart, but the devil in my pants.
I never heard that expression, man. That's a good one. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of all these people that go to church and then ask for forgiveness on Sunday, right? And then Monday they're back to doing all their evil stuff. Live Oki says Campo, yeah.
He does that a lot.
Not a lot.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Yeah. Most people know. No, most people problems lonely. Okay. Even though he dyes his hair,
he was a decent guy. He would ask you, but he does not. He's a jerk. Many of them are around.
Okay, enough of that, Andy. I'm gonna just do this. I'm done with that. I'm done with this.
You can do that there now.
Let's see this. Put user, block user. Sorry, I just blocked this Andy guy. I'm not gonna put up with that type of behavior. No, I can't. It's easier to pick up married women than single. Yes, in the U.S. Yeah. I don't want to like take everybody in one, but women in the U.S. don't seem to take their vows too seriously. In general, there's some that take that very seriously, but I think less so in the U.S. than in the Philippines.
Would your girl support you if you get broke?
Would you? That's her answer.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I support him? Like, even if we're not married, they have this. I still have these thoughts about what would be it is stay through thick and thin, and I always love that. It's kind of my quotes, I love that one because I mirror it in my mother and my father, you know, they stay through thick and thin. So it's like I get this.
Yeah, her mom and dad. Her mom passed away already, but her mom and dad.
They're not married, but they still stick.
When your dad lost a job and had no money, your
Yeah.
mom went and worked and supported and all that. So
I guess I'm good at sticking. I guess.
Sticking. She's good at sticking to me, like glue sometimes. Hi from the UK. Hi Gizmo in the Philippines. Not everything that glitters is gold. I'm from Europe. Yeah, I love Europe. I mean, I lived in England, I lived in Norway, I lived in Spain. And the thing about Europe is there's the diversity of culture, the history, the diversity of history, the food. Europe is a wonderful place. We've talked about Europe a lot.
No cold.
Yeah, no cold. See, Mia is really into you. She really loves you. Thank you, DMJ. I'm into her too, so. And because he realized there is no benefit to a man to do so. Like to get married, I guess. To get married, yeah, that's a different discussion. There are not many benefits to getting married for a man in the West, at least. Not even here, I would say, but that's besides the point. You don't have to get a benefit. I mean, if I do get married, it's of course because I love her, but it's also because we're traveling and we need to do that. So if two people like each other.
And this girl is financially provided for, then what's the problem?
Yeah, there's no problem. Why? I don't see why that is a problem. It's the same in the West. So, but some people want to play high moral, what do you call it? The moral police. They're the ones who are going to decide the rules, even though there are no such rules. They're going to like, you did this, you did it, those kind of people. And I just don't have a tolerance for them. Live your life and let other people live their lives. That's what I say. As long as they're not breaking the law. Off topic a bit, lol. Married to Filipina from CDO. We'll be moving there in 10 years. In 10 years? Wow. That's long planning, man. That's good. We'll be able to buy a house and a couple cars. 1,600 in Social Security. Do you think that will be comfortable in living? Like I said, I live for under 1,500. It also matters what type of saving you have. If you have a house plus 1,600, that's more than good enough here. But I would suggest also you have like a reserve, like a nest egg of at least $25,000, and I would say more, but because you never know what happens, right? Anything can happen. So, but 1,600. If you're going to work for 10 more years, you might have 1,600 in Social Security. But depending how much you earn, that Social Security is going to go up. So by 10 years' time, it'll be more than 1,600. But then again, who knows if Social Security will be around? The best thing to do is just save, save, save. That's what I did. So Chris says, "Hi Paul, I'm from Toronto, Canada. Have you considered working in the Philippines? If so, doing what?" Well, believe it or not, YouTube is kind of work, but I love it. So it's kind of a hobby work thing. And, I tried teaching English online. I didn't really care that much for it. And the pay wasn't that good. So after 2-3 weeks, I dropped it.
Yeah.
And I have savings, so I don't really have to work. But I love working. So if I could find something. But, I like working, but I also like earning money. So I'm not going to work for nothing. It's got to be something that I can earn on, right?
Yeah.
Unless I consider it a hobby and I really love it. But I don't think working in the Philippines is a way to go. No. I think if you come here, you have to have your finances in order and your nest egg ready to go. 6 years difference, no kids, but she is more mature than I. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Jim. Maso says, exploiting Filipino women, I'm referring to the older men who are looking for the 20-year-old approx to control and dominate their lives. Let's just call them sex bats. Yeah, I don't know if I really like that word, Maso, because once you've lived here a while and you see these 20-year-olds with 75, 80 years old, you really wonder who's controlling who sometimes.
Yeah.
These women, they can be a lot smarter than you give them credit for. And I see that they control the money, they control the guy, and he's just along there for the ride. And it's just, I don't know who's exploiting who, man. It's a lot of time from the West, from the way we grow up. We always look at women as the victims, and we never look at the man as a victim. There is abuse against men, but you never hear about it because it's never in the papers or on the news. It's only if a woman gets abused, because a woman is always a victim and a man is always an abuser. And that's not the case. In many cases, the man is the one who's being abused, sometimes physically and sometimes emotionally and financially. So, I don't like that, this one guy, there are other guys exploiting women, yes. Are women exploiting men, yes. But let's not just generalize every older man dating a younger Filipina is exploiting her. Sometimes she's exploiting him. So that's my opinion on that. Stefan Andres says, hi from France. I like your videos and I hope I can return there soon. My fiance in Philippines miss me too much. Yeah. Hopefully by next year sometime. Zion girls are great, but they are number one opportunists. I don't know if that's true or not true. Wandering Dog says, and stop hating on him. It's his choice to be married. Get over it. Yeah, true. Thanks, Wandering Dog. Next. Retired at 43.
From Army as
Colonel. After 22 years, joined at 21. Currently working at NYC Department of Health, and they offer 10 years retirement plan. We'll take it. I just want to enjoy life. Yeah, that's a good plan. Next. Brian P says, or can get fiance or spouse visa for UK, but it's a long 5-year process to settlement visa and maybe 10,000. Oh my God, that's worse than the US. Okay, next. Because I was actually married to a Filipina in the US. Well, she was from here, and it took about a year to get her over. So.
Hello, William.
Hey, William. No problem. Let's see.
Akron, Ohio.
Hello, Cherry from Akron.
I get married to her. She will take her forever.
I think she'll take care of me forever without married. So.
Yeah. What is this, baby?
What is that? Oh, it's thank you, William, for the for the contribution. Leslie, I'm a medical doctor serving in the army. Not gonna stay 20 down. Lol. There's a lot of, by the way, Wandering Dog, there's a lot of army people that have retired in the Philippines and police that have retired here because they can retire early,
Yeah.
I think it's 15 or 20 years in the army, and then they can retire with a good pension plus social security. So they have a good life here. Not everything that glitters. Do you with money for living without this channel? What does that mean?
I don't understand.
I don't understand what that means. Are you asking if I'm living off the channel? Then absolutely not. I had all my finances in order before I came here. This doesn't make even a third of what we spend. So it's just a hobby. Is it nice to get some extra money through YouTube? Yes, but I wouldn't count on it for a living. No, I would get all my finances in order before I came here. Absolutely. What is it?
And the needs to be removed. Yeah.
I don't want to get into it. People can have their own opinions online. That's up to them, and we have our own opinions. If you don't like our channel, don't watch our channel. That's simple, But they can say whatever they want. It's their freedom, their right to say whatever they want. And if they want to make a video on us and harass us and say whatever, it's up to them, If people want to believe that stuff, then believe it. Don't watch my channel. That's how simple it is, you know. Try for Agenda 2030. Not even the 30 can stop it. It is what it is. What's Agenda 2030? You know?
No idea.
I don't know what Agenda 2030 is, so I can't really comment on that. Michael W. Before you decide on having children, I suggest you get a dog and a cat and practice co-parenting. You know, I had a dog in
The US.
in the US, and I just loved that dog. It was a Bichon Frise. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day. It was like, man, I love that dog more than just about anything. Yeah, dogs are wonderful. Dogs are wonderful, but there are a lot of responsibility. So, if only I had a picture I could show you all. Do I have a picture on my computer?
I don't know. You do have a lot of picture.
Americans are the most divided people I've ever seen. It's not coming back. I chose to live overseas for this reason. You know, it's funny you say that. I moved to the US in '96 to get my master's degree and started working in '98. And at that point, the country wasn't that divided, you know. I think after the internet and people having their own, it's like this, you know, people on one side, they have a news channel here. People on the other side, they have a news channel there. And it's like we're getting two different amounts of facts and we can't even communicate anymore. So when you talk to somebody, you're just on different levels, and it's kind of sad, yeah. Andy M, do you enjoy typing without using the space bar? Yes. maybe that person was on their phone. I don't know. It's kind of hard to read. Schengen area much easier, far less expensive than UK. I've been to the Philippines for 3 months each year since 2016, so I know what I'm getting into. Good stuff, Cliff. As long as you know what you're getting into, it's good, yeah. Life here is great, as long as you know the minuses. For you to be prepared for a long exit interview for Mia at Immigration of Philippines for the first time, give yourself 3 to 4 hour layover. It's easier the second time. Good luck to both of us. Thanks for that advice, Cliff. Yeah, we'll be really prepared. We like to be prepared, so. But it might be another 6 months, a year. Who knows? Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Prob says, Andy, not true. I visit Malaysia with my Filipino GF and never had an issue. We follow local streetwear and follow the local norms. Yeah, that's kind of what I read too, especially if, yeah, that's what I read too about Malaysia. So hopefully we'll be there soon, but within 2 years. Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand, no problems. Yeah. I think the first, from what I hear, is the first time is an issue that they can, what do they call that? Drop you off, not drop you off, but they offboard you or something, they call it. Offloading. It's only the first time. Once you travel outside and come back, it's never a problem. So it's the first time. But, you know, our advantage is we have the YouTube video, so we can show that this is a real relationship. Going back a year, we have pictures, you know, and it's a real relationship. So I don't think we'll get offloaded. So.
Don't worry, folks.
America will turn gay.
Lol.
I don't know. If you mean that America is becoming more and more feminist and guys are becoming less and less masculine, I'll tend to agree on that.
If you are happy, stay happy. You don't need a paper to establish your love for each other. That's right.
That is exactly right. You read it louder, baby.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Read it.
Lots of oil work in Alaska. It is a very beautiful place to visit, especially in winter, but summer is awesome. You two are great. Forget the haters. They have nothing.
Hey, average man, if you would send me an email with any job opportunities in the service sector, let me know. I'll send you my resume.
Yes, we know your game. What's your game?
Yes, we know your game. I don't understand that. No, actually, after this, we are going on a motorbike ride to this coffee shop. It's about 2 hours away, so we'll do a video on that. So you'll see that in the next few days.
A big one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Poor comment. It's not a requirement to marry just because you are dating or living with someone. It's up to the couple to decide. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And I find that so weird because if in the US and a couple is living together, people don't go, "Oh, you're exploiting her because you're not married to her." But in the US, somehow, I mean, here in the Philippines, if you're with a girl and not married, you're exploiting her. But in the US, you're not exploiting her. It's kind of strange, a strange mentality.
Paul, you may want to allocate members as spanners to assist you with trolls and people making rude comments. There's gonna be
Yeah,
that.
it's our first one. We got a friend who's, I don't know, maybe he overslept. I don't know.
For both of you, what was the most difficult thing to adapt to in the other person?
Oh, it's difficult with me.
What's difficult?
What was the most difficult?
The most difficult? It's like sometimes when we have these misunderstandings, like you really sorry, but it's like you don't have any emotions.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, what's wrong with it? Why can't he just
get mad or
yeah, and just put a bit of an emotion, like
yeah. No, with her, I think it was just getting used to living with someone again because I was been single since not single but not living with a person since 2013. So getting used to someone inside my house all the time was hard for me. So
really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I should have.
I'm not gonna say anything to you. Sometimes I did. I was like, are you going home soon? Are you gonna go visit your family soon?
That was the most pleasant surprise.
I think for me, for her, it was her sense of humor, the way she's always laughing, and we're always laughing together. Just her kindness. That's kind of what I look for in a girl. I want somebody who can understand my sense of humor, which can be hard to understand, and who laughs at things like I scare her. Other girls I've been with, if I scare them, they get all pissy and everything. You laugh at it. I know you don't like me doing it, but you laugh at it anyway. So.
It's kind of funny though.
So what about me? Block the trolls. Yeah.
You're a great guy. Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
is.
Thank you, Massive.
Yes.
Reported him. I don't know what that means.
Block those trolls quickly.
Block the trolls quickly. Yeah. Following me, is there a good number of Filipinas in their 40s and 50s that are single? Yes, there are many. The problem here is kind of sad, but a lot of times the girls get pregnant here and the guy just disappears. And there are a lot of single mothers, not by choice, but just because the guy they were with.
Yeah, they thought that they're gonna stay forever because they have a kid.
Even though they're married, sometimes they leave.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like the US that there's a governmental where they follow up and you have to pay child support. It's just
here.
It's like a mess here, yeah. Which is really sad. It's really, really sad to see all these kids growing up without a father because I'm of the opinion a father for kids is very, very important. Kids get certain things from their mother and they get a lot from the father as well. And kids growing up without a father, it's hard. It's hard for them. I really do. And I think you miss out on a lot.
Mia appears to adore you, Paul. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
We're both lucky.
We're both lucky, yeah. Thank you for that comment, Gorga9.
Where in Malaysia do you intend to move?
What's that place called? Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Isn't it? Kuala Lumpur.
Hello, Paul.
Kjetil! Hvordan går det? Kjetil is my Norwegian friend, and we came to the Philippines together. Hi, Kjetil. So
hello.
Hello, Kjetil.
Love is all that matters. Marriage is a piece of paper.
I agree with you. Marriage is a piece of paper. However, when you have kids, I think it's more important because for the kids' sake that they get the last name and all that. If something happens,
Like-
you know,
Like kind of benefits?
it's kind of benefits. Like if we had kids and I died, you know, you'd get the money and the social
kids.
security and all that. Yeah, and the kids would be secured.
Yeah.
So that is kind of important. But you can do that without being married. You can put that in a paper, except for social security.
Must be his mom and food.
No, David, that's not true. I just blocked him. That's all.
Women want naturally to be taken care of. There's no reason that a man should not do what is within his means. And yes, live and let others live theirs. Great point. Baby, don't leave me.
I just heat up my coffee, babe.
Okay.
Just keep reading and answering.
Oh, sure. The challenges might be significant for Mia to get a visa for some countries. I looked today for my Filipina to meet me in Mexico, but she needs a credit card and 3 months of bank statements. Baby, I think it's for you.
What does it say?
Like, the challenge might be significant for me to get a visa for some countries. I looked today for my Filipina to meet me in Mexico, but she needs a credit card and 3 months of bank statements. You want me to hit that up for you?
We've done that already. We already opened up a bank account for Mia, and we're depositing money, and then yeah. So we've done the bank account. We've also thought about if we go to Malaysia of enrolling her into a school. We both like cooking, so culinary school for just a night class, so we can do something. So, but like I said, we're going to do more research on that. So. Yours all right. Yep. Next. Gays in New Straight America. It is what it is. Glad I'm going on a one-way ride to the Philippines. Yeah. When it comes to that, all this is changing, and the gender stuff. What are there now? 50,000 different types of genders, and it's becoming kind of ridiculous. But yeah, that's before he was banished. Okay. My ex-wife was the devil. It's funny. I've been married twice. I have a good relationship with both my exes, so I think I think sometimes the divorce proceedings in the U.S. end up making people hate each other. And I think that's part of the lawyer gig, right? They make you hate each other because then you can fight and then they can bill you more. So, yeah. That's why I'm for prenups, because when you sign a prenup, you both love each other. So at that point, you can both agree on something. But at the point you both hate each other, yeah, you ain't going to agree on anything, And it's hard to think, one day I'm going to hate her and one day she's going to hate me. But it happens, John Smith. Hi from Scotland.
Lockdown started 7 months ago. I started watching YouTube channels to see the world I couldn't travel to. I chance upon your channel and watch every vlog now. You two are great together.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Hopefully Scotland and all the other places are going to open up soon with the vaccine. I think 6 months from here, we're done with this. The Born Nomad. At William and Raymond. United also. When he is. Yeah. John Smith says, and as I'm in my 50s, now you're making me think about retirement plans. I'm certainly coming to the Philippines for a holiday when I can, and hopefully meet a lovely Mia of my own. Take care. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, John. Just try to spend at least 3 weeks here, if not longer. Jim Williams, thanks for the advice. I ran out of words to type. I'm in the financial industry, have 401k and invested in REITs. Was just asking for the benefit of guys just wanting to move there with only SS. Oh, okay. Thanks for that, Jim. Yeah, you got to have a retirement plan. Next, baby.
I know. There.
Let me do this. I can think of a few. Looks like Cebu's closing borders again.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's what we've heard. Yeah, the 50 pesos, $1. No, don't worry, I won't.
Go down. There.
Okay, I'm gonna skip all this Andy stuff because that's really not what it's about here. MGTOW. Hey, Sunrise, how's it going? Yeah, MGTOW all the way. I was just talking to MGTOW stands for men going their own way. Basically, like remember I started saying about red pill and blue pill. Trying to explain that to you.
I'm a red pill joke. What that is? I don't even know.
Yeah. Of German descent. Wie geht's? Ich bin eine Berliner.
Hello, Paul.
Vern, hello, Paul from Phoenix, Arizona. It's a bad idea to tell your 20-year-old Pinay girlfriend you cannot have children. It's a game changer. Mia, please answer as well. What does that mean?
Is it? Oh, he's asking if it's.
What if I told you I can't have children or I won't have children? Would you still stay with me?
Yeah, it doesn't change anything at all.
It changes something, doesn't it?
It changes like
because you want kids, don't you?
I do want to have kids.
But if I tell you I can't have kids.
Yeah, but I love you.
So you'd stay with me?
Of course.
What would you say? Let's adopt?
Let's adopt. There's a lot of kids out there.
You need adoption,
yeah, you need adoption. So
don't
make kids, just adopt.
I would say this, how long have you been with her? That's the question. And whether you can have kids or you can't have kids, that's like your own private business. But after you've been with her 6 months, a year, and she talks about having kids, so if she wants to have kids, then I would like break it to her, hey man, I can't have kids. And then maybe you guys want to adopt, maybe she wants to adopt, or maybe she decides, you know what, if you can't have kids, I don't want to be with you. But at some point you have to break it to her. I think that's, that's the way you have to go in a relationship. You can't just keep it a secret from her and stay with her for 3, 4, 5 years. That would be wrong,
Yeah. Though I really appreciate your videos, very informative and thought-provoking. I could not do it given some of these comments from people.
Yeah, it's
oh my gosh.
You have to have a thick skin, and in the beginning when all that started, I kind of felt, you know what, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But then I thought, what, it's just a person with an opinion. I don't give a shit. People want to watch my channel, and the people that come onto my channel need bad comments. I just block them. So I just see it once and block them. They never appear again. And the thing is, most of you won't know this, but on YouTube, like people put comments, I have to approve the comments. If I don't approve the comments, it makes the YouTuber invisible. And they think their comments are there, but they'll never see a reply to their comments because nobody else sees it. Only they see their own comment. So, they're wasting time. But I think they have a lot of time on their hands, obviously, to be able to do this stuff and not make a video with any relative content and not really enjoy life. Because you watch their videos, they don't seem to be enjoying life. All it is hate, hate, hate. And if you're living here, you got so much hate, man. Move somewhere else, Enjoy life. Oh, okay.
Daryl.
Thanks, Daryl. Have a great day, you also. I think we're gonna continue for about 30 more minutes. So at 9 o'clock, I'm just gonna shut it down because we're going on a trip and we need to get ready. In the morning, we would rise early, feed the chickens and collect fresh eggs. Then we would plow the fields and feed the beef cattle. Oh Lord, I miss Kansas. I've never been to Kansas. But yeah, the US is beautiful. I was watching this video yesterday, and there was this guy talking about how, people need to appreciate the US more. Oh yeah, it was some guy, I do watch Fox News sometimes. What's this guy, what's his name? Tim Tucker? No, something Tucker. I'm horrible with names. Something Tucker, Carl Tucker or something. Tucker or something, anyway. And he was talking how beautiful the US is and that we all need to appreciate it more. And he is really right. And I started thinking about, I lived in the US 20 plus years, and I really didn't visit that many places, and I wish I had now. So, yeah, there's a lot of beautiful nature in the US. First time travel, just take proof of relation with photo. They will ask you each separately, sign some papers, then you're good to go. I thought it was smooth sailing. Yeah, I think they do an interview as well, mostly of her. So, yeah, to make sure it's not some type of trafficking. So, yeah, we're aware of that. Thanks for that, Ryan.
You guys should do an interview with Rike and V.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll talk to Rike about it. But let me say, Rike is a talker. So
he talks a lot.
He even talks more than me.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a good guy. Rike is a good guy. He's actually helped me out a lot on a lot of things. So I like Rike.
Hello. Has she ever traveled abroad? Yes. Joke na lang.
No, she has not traveled abroad. So if she had, this process would be a lot easier.
Yeah. If not, what would be her first choice and why? Assuming cost is not an issue.
Assuming visas are not an issue and costs are not an issue.
Norway!
Because I lived in Norway 15 years, and then she started Googling Norway, looking at all the beautiful nature. So
I love it.
Norway is her first choice. So yeah, we'll make a Norwegian out of her.
Well, a man is supposed to always be thinking about stuff about his GF or wife, and for to make himself to do things that are gonna gooder her family up around and gooder it up. Huh?
I think what Tutal is saying is that a man, like in history, men have always taken care of the family, worked, and tried to make the best possible life for their family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. But that's changing too. In the West. I've been with my GF 11 years, and just noticed I haven't looked at another for over 5 years. Not bragging, just something I noticed. I have no desire to be with anyone else.
Wow, that's
a long time not to look at any other beautiful girls.
I would love that.
Yeah, you would. Melon tells her, hello, Melon. Tino. Oh, thanks for the contribution, Tino. Yes, fathers are very important.
I feel for Gio. It's too bad, Gio. I feel for Gio. Yeah.
Well, I don't like to talk about other YouTubers. Gio is a good friend of mine, and I know he does everything he can to be with his kids and talk to them and everything. So, Gio is a good guy. He really is. He's a wonderful guy. If you don't know who Gio is, it's Gio in the Philippines. Check out his channel. He's got a lot of great content, how-to content. So
Steady Eddie, you two make a nice and compatible couple. Good looks and intelligent.
Thank you.
She's the
good looking and intelligent.
No.
I'm just here for the ride.
Huh? Is it difficult?
It's difficult to tell if a Filipino is a keeper versus not a keeper because they all seem so sweet. Any pointers to what to look for? I think what you want to look for is body language. Body language is really important. For example, if you're walking together, does she walk beside you and want to hold your hand, or does she walk in front of you or behind you? Is she the one to initiate holding your hand? When you're sitting somewhere, does she lean into you or does she lean away from you? If you see her with friends, does she get embarrassed to be around you, or is she proud of you? There are things like that you have to look at and see. I don't listen to what they say. Look at what they do. That's what's really, really important. People can say anything. It's what they do. Are they attracted to you? Are they one, when it comes to the sexual, do you feel that she's attracted to you, or is she just there, just kind of there, so there are so many ways of seeing, but yeah, you got to be real careful and look for red flags, but that's a different story. How do you get text to come
up in black and white? I think like that, black and white.
I don't know, William. I just started this, and that's how it appeared. I have no idea. I'm using StreamYard, so. Hey from Norway, Trun Fagernes. Just bad clothing, Paul. Not bad weather. You know what he means is like if you go out and you're freezing, it means you're not wearing enough clothes.
Yeah.
Because in Norway you wear layer upon layer upon layer, and you wear these really thick shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of true. Because it's easy to think. By the way, I think we must be humble when we come to another country, because it's easy to think we are on top of the world. Yeah. Yeah, but Trun, what part of Norway are you in? Oslo or? Okay, next. Hi from California.
Hello.
Hi, Gary. Prison Planet.
When does that run away?
Yeah. I'm inviting my Filipino to here. You read it.
I invited my Filipina GF to visit me for a holiday. I never heard from here again.
Is it flooding here? No,
No.
we're in the Visayas, and there's not, like I was mentioning earlier, the storm has gone to the north of us. We have parts of the storm coming at the tail end, but it's just rain, a lot of rain.
Yeah.
For the last 2 weeks.
Me, I didn't know a good feeling. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not really sociable. He knows about it.
Hi, Carrie. I love how both of you are so happy with each other. I hope you remain together. We hope so too. But life is always a surprise. You never know what happens. You know, when I got married the first time, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to get divorced. I wasn't thinking that the second time. So you just never know. Life just throws you off sometimes.
Marriage is not a piece of paper. It is ordained by God, and it is a lifetime commitment.
Well, tell that to the 50% of people who get divorced in the US. So, I wish there wasn't that type, and I wish when you did get married that it stayed forever, because I think a lot more men would be willing to get married. I think more and more men are not willing to get married anymore because they've been through the divorce machine and they've seen the horrible side of marriage. So, that's just my red pill talking here. Yeah, it says, my divorce took 2.5 years of court battles. I had to pay both attorneys and costs.
Let alone the test.
Yeah, so, yeah. Do you really want to go there again? No. Carrie says, well, here in the USA, things are getting bad. Numbers on the rise and looking like shutting down for 6 weeks. Yeah, I've been reading, I think yesterday it was 180,000 positives. So death rate is certainly going to climb. I think last I looked at death rate in the US was 14 or 1,500 in one day, which is the highest it's been in a while. And it's going to continue rising, which is sad.
Sad.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That is fantastic, yeah.
Thank you.
To all that marry or want to be happy, God bless you forever. Myself, I wouldn't marry you with a gun to my head. Yeah. I hear you on that. I hear you on that one.
Marry me, baby.
Paul, I know you invested in real estate. Are you prepared if the U.S. housing bubble busts, as I did in 2007? I'm invested in some REITs, and markets will go up and down. I'm in it for the long term, so I'm not too worried about it. It'll come back. But right now, I'm 30% invested, 70% cash. No, actually, 40% invested, 60% cash. So I really need to start investing more in my cash. So, yeah. Yeah, Costa Rica. I've never been to Costa Rica, but my mom keeps talking about Costa Rica. She's in love with Costa Rica, so maybe that's a place to go. But there are other places I'd rather go, like Europe, once that opens up.
Yeah.
Carrie, well, I do enjoy your videos. Thank you, Carrie. Yes, I watch your channel on my own free will. I parent myself and choose what to spend my life and time. Great point. Thanks. Rictas. I don't know what 6 means.
You guys.
No, I can say you guys have a great day. You have a beautiful woman there. Marry her and keep me away. Yeah, if we ever meet up, man, keep me away.
It's gonna meet you just all alone.
Mara says, I hope you guys can do this often. It feels so good to know more about you. Thanks, Mara.
Borrow you.
No floods. No floods
No
here.
floods.
Let's see. You two seem to have a bright day. Thank you, Carrie.
Just seem to enjoy the life.
Not everything that glitters. I've lost $50. Okay. As I said, let's not talk about other YouTubers here. I'm just gonna hide this. Tucker Carlson. That's right. I knew it was Tucker something. Tucker Carlson. Yeah. I watch him sometimes on YouTube, and he has some good points. Some points I don't agree with, but I think that's important to watch people that differ on your opinion. So even if you don't agree with them, at least you try to get a better understanding of the other side. And I think if more people did that, there wouldn't be that divide there is in the US. I wish more people did that. So
with the age gap difference, don't you experience problem with making love? You know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. No.
No, we don't have problems with making love, but yeah. There are differences, that's what I'll say. Let's just keep it at that.
You have a problem for me.
Well, good for you, Ann Phil. I'll just admit it. I have a problem performing 8 to 10 times a day. Forget about it. That's too much for me, man.
Oh my god. Oh.
The Filipina girls will love you, man.
Yeah, they will.
Top Skid says, I really enjoy the sightseeing on your hikes and mountain bike rides. Maybe stop or slow down a little bit and show us your environment.
No, he drives the bike so fast.
Yeah, that's true. I see your point, Top Skeet, but the problem is there's so many beautiful places here, so you don't know where to stop. And if you stop somewhere, we're getting from A to B, and today maybe if we find something really beautiful, since we're blogging, we might stop and look at it, and so the viewers can see it. So yeah, it's a good point. Need to slow down and enjoy the life more. Yeah. Let's see, Kimberly. You guys make me so happy. Stay positive and keep making your videos. Thanks, Gary. I really appreciate that. I really do.
Mark Hammer,
I missed that one. Actual survival rate in the US under 7 years of age is well above 90%. Hey, after thank you. Thank you. Actually, that's statistics. We can get into that, but I think the survival rate depends. When you say 99%, if you look at the overall, if you look at the overall population, yes, but if you look at the amount of people who get the corona versus the amount of people who get seriously ill and all that statistics, I think is different, but I'd have to look at that. I thought it was more than 3%, but I'll have to look at that. Yeah. Let's see. Well, your next walk and talk, Nigel says, Paul, your next walk and talk has to be on Mia and her upbringing and future plans. Okay.
I have so many future plans.
I think we talked a bit about that, but yeah, we could do that. No, 3 times on one bone these days. Okay. We're getting into too much here.
Good night.
Bill Spade says, good night. Thank you for sharing your life. Thanks, Bill. Have a good sleep. Good night.
I also am enjoying your channel. I am married to a beautiful lady from Cebu. Still waiting for her to complete her departure paper.
Yeah, that's the hard work. It's the paperwork. Okay, guys, I think there's 2 more comments, so I'm going to wrap it up here. what can someone expect in regards to internet and brownouts in Dumaguete? How often? It's funny you said that. Last night, was it 2 brownouts? 2 times. Was it 3 times?
2 to 3 times.
2 to 3 times, and each one lasted somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour, right?
Yeah.
Which is not that usual, but maybe at night it happens and we don't notice it. But I'd say the brownouts here are probably 5 to 10 times a month, right?
I guess, yeah.
And it's been getting worse because they're doing something with electric lines. Internet here, you can get pretty good internet. We've got PLTD, which is pretty good, but we've had some issues.
When it rains.
When it rains, we have some issues, but other people I've talked to don't have any issues. So I wouldn't worry too much about internet in the future because you have the Starlink that's coming, and you can just Google what Starlink is, but it's basically satellite internet, 100 megabits and up, so unreliable. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. So, oh, more coming in. I like watching your channel. My GF is from the Philippines and also has a YouTube channel. She convinced me to start my own. You guys stay safe. Also like your content. Thank you, Frugal with John. Hopefully your channel does well. Maybe we can do an interview one day. I like to interview other YouTubers, and especially ones who are with Filipinos. You can shoot me an email, huh? What are some accommodation options? You say a month at a time in the Valencia
area. Thank guys.
Airbnb is a really good place to go to get 1 month place. Right now, there's a lot available, and if you go to Airbnb, do 1 week, then contact the owner and say, hey man, I can pay you X amount for the next 3 weeks. Negotiate, because here they're asking the same price before the pandemic happened, but once you talk to them, they'll come down 20 to 40% easy. Some won't, and they stay empty, but
from Canada.
From Canada, okay. Randy Van Dyke says, I enjoy watching your videos, Paul. I have just one thing to invest in that will
way more profit
than any investment you have in your portfolio. A real dot helmet for your beautiful woman.
What is a dot?
Ah, you mean buy a helmet? Yes, we're looking into that. We just haven't found the one. There is one that we're looking at, but we want the right color. She like last time we went on a motorbike ride, I bought her all this protection. I said, you're not going to wear it? She says, no, I wore my protection. I'm not going to force her to wear something. So, but today she will wear it, right?
I will, because it's a long ride.
It's a long ride.
Yeah.
Last time was only 30 minutes, so that's okay. The Born Nomad says, great show. Thank you. Take care, you too, man. Brian says, you two are a great company. Loving your live stream, but it's coming up 1 a.m. So I'll thank my chat and say good night. Enjoy your day. Thanks, Brian. Good night. Have a good sleep. Jim Bruce says, that was fun. Thank you, Paul and Mia. Have a safe road trip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Watch our video on it. Coming out soon. Brian says, I agree. Paul, how far are you from purchasing your drone? About 4,500 subscribers. So share the videos. Anyway, that's the last comment. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It was really fun. I was kind of worried about this. I didn't.
No, just
okay. We'll answer a couple more here. You read that. So.
Paul, please explain what are those differences you were talking about making love.
Yeah, private.
There's a red button there.
Most road accidents happen on short drives versus long rides. True. You don't pay as much. Okay. So goodbye, everybody, and we will see you on the next live cast. Not sure what that will be, but this seemed to be very popular. So we'll probably have another one in the next week or two. So
thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, everybody who joined us. And bye-bye. And watch our videos and share our videos and subscribe. Okay, bye-bye.